Queen of Swords in reverse. Okay. Nine of Swords reverse, Queen of Swords in reverse. Okay, this could be read one of three ways. I'll keep pulling cards so I can narrow down the message, but they might be seeing you as being a bit cold, a bit turned off by them, especially if you've had an argument or a falling out. They may have been worried about this quite a bit recently. If that's not your story, if there's not been a falling out, they're dealing with someone who has been stressing them out, and they're saying, you know what, I'm going to be more positive about this. I have hope that either this situation can be resolved or that I'm going to get away from this person. Some of you might be saying, actually, it's my person. They've been cold. They've been a little bit bratty or a bit... I'm hearing highly strung, so I don't know if maybe you said something, they took it the wrong way, they freaked out. But either way, yeah, this energy is being released. They're hoping to, bring in a sense of healing here, a sense of balance, to restore balance. With the Star, we have Aquarius energy. Yes, absolutely. Three of Wands in reverse to the Emperor, Aries energy. So it's like your person recently has been in this state of maybe sort of like apathy, dejection, not believing in themselves or their ability to move things forward here. They could have encountered a setback, whether it's in this connection or external to this connection, but they've been a bit low on energy. Now we have things really turning around. We have the Star on top of the Emperor. So this person is saying they really realize, or they're stepping into their full power, and they're seeing how much influence they have here. They're seeing that they can take back control over themselves and what it is they would like to manifest. Okay, so what's interesting is this massive shift. So let me see what's caused this turnaround. Let's have a look. Seven of Coins in reverse. So it's possible they were waiting for something outside of themselves to happen, and they've said, you know what, I'm not going to wait anymore. I'm in charge of my own life and how things move forward. I'm taking things into my own hands. The Knight of Coins. Okay, so I think your person was saying, you know what, things are taking forever. Absolutely. Maybe there's communication they want to have with you, or maybe they just want to begin a new journey in your connection and in their life that's going to help them to move forward and to step into their power. And I think they've been waiting for something to fall into place, and maybe that thing has fallen into place with the Star. Maybe it was an idea that needed to appear to them that they now have. But I kind of get this sense with the Emperor that your person's saying, actually, I think I will create my own fortune here. I'm going to take fate into my own hands and try and make something happen for myself. I've been waiting and waiting and waiting. So it's time for me to take back my power. So maybe your person's patience has run out. Maybe something happened to them to wake them up, to make them realize they've been sitting still or standing still, and it's time to move themselves forward. Okay, so that's interesting, and I'm interested to see in a moment what action they're going to take from this. But let's just have a look at how you're feeling. Where are you right now? How are you feeling? Ooh, Two of Cups. What's this? Two of Swords in reverse. So you might be feeling close to this person all over again, especially if you are that Queen of Swords. You got fed up with them, you've pushed them away, you've created some distance because you needed it. And maybe you were trying to say to yourself, I don't care about them, I'm not interested. And now you're kind of warming up to them again, and you're saying, oh, you know what? I can't lie to myself. This person, feels like my person. Okay, so let's see. If so, that could be with the Star, why your person's feeling this sense of renewed hope that seems almost to have come out of nowhere. It could be that it's come from you. Okay, so how are you feeling? How many of you are feeling, please, Spirit, about this connection right now? Seven of Cups. Queen of Swords in reverse. How interesting. So if this is your reading, somebody in this connection, you or your person, for a while has been this Queen of Swords. I think whoever has been in this energy is coming out of it now. But I think it was almost like something happened, an argument, and someone wasn't happy with what happened, or someone needed to go into this energy to pull back for self-protection, or to have some space or something like that. But this energy is passing. I even see you with the Seven of Cups possibly allowing yourself now to dream again, to hope again, or to imagine potential futures with this person. Judgment in the reverse. Yes, if there was a decision that's been, or you felt like it was made, it's almost like you're not so sure, or the decision, you might be questioning the decision. If you decided, forget it, I'm walking away, I'm not waiting for this anymore. Or maybe you were saying, this person, they've pushed me too far. It might be that sort of love is winning here, and you're being, I won't say pulled back in. I think initially you may have felt some resistance if that's your story. Okay, we have the Ace of Wands in reverse. So it could be that you're saying you're open to a new cycle here, but it's got to be substantial. There's got to be more than like a spark of passion, and then the match burns out and that's it. You don't want that again. Yeah, absolutely. 10 of Coins. You're here for something serious, something grounded, something solid, something that will last. Okay, what else, please? And we have the Empress in the reverse. So maybe like what was the final straw here is your person either not showing you that they value you, not respecting you. You see them as the Emperor. Maybe you felt like they weren't seeing you as the Empress, with the Empress coming up in the reverse. You might have felt like time and time again, this connection would have a start and then it would end, and there's so much potential here, but it wasn't coming to life, and that may have been very disappointing for you. The Empress in reverse, well, not in reverse, but the Empress can be Taurus or Libra energy here. It's almost like against your will, you're kind of opening up, warming up to this person again. The good news is they are showing up as the Emperor in the upright. So, they are definitely on your level here. If they can sort of get their act together, they can be a worthy counterpart for you. If they have shown you in the past that they don't see you as the Empress, that's a load of nonsense. It's seeing you as the Empress that's inspired them to step into their emperor power, to actually take matters into their own hands and to stop waiting for the universe to kind of roll things out in front of them. Sometimes, yes, we have to wait for divine timing, but not all day, every day. We never do anything. It's important to take inspired action as well, and that's what your person is seeing. Okay. So before we look at blockages, as we're on a roll here in terms of them, taking power into their own hands, let's see what action they might be taking. Okay, we've got an Ace of Pentacles with the Eight of Cups. Yes, it's like they know you've pulled back, you've gone within a little bit, you're certainly in your feelings, you're in your thoughts, you're thinking things over, and they're trying to come after you with an offer here with that Ace of Pentacles. So at least you're on the same page now. They kind of seem to understand that you're not wanting just a spark of passion with no substance. We have the Star again. Wow, this person's really feeling hopeful, feeling guided towards you. That's very exciting. So your person's saying they're going to put their faith, their trust in the universe, in their gut feelings, in what their intuition is telling them, or putting their faith and trust in those moments where they have these ideas and oh, I should text so and so, I should I don't know, turn up at where they work with a coffee or whatever. It's like they're trying to trust that. We have the King of Pentacles in reverse. This is making me feel like your person is thinking outside of the box. They're not limiting themselves to some sort of rigid structure. They're not doing things in the way that maybe other people tell them or in the way that society says. Yeah, Six of Pentacles. So this is reciprocity. It's equal give and take. It's balance here. Giving you as much as you have been giving them. Okay, what else? What other action, please? Yeah, Three of Pentacles, exactly. Working together, working as a team. We have the World in the reverse and we have the Devil in the reverse. This person is really very aware of what has kept them limited in the past, what has kept them stuck, and they're saying, I'm not acting. I don't want to act from that low vibrational place anymore. I don't want to act from this devil energy. I want to act as the Emperor. If they've been, let's say there's been, Okay, how can I explain this? This can be cycles with the world. Let's say in the past, your connection has at times been incredibly intense and then very cold, and then very intense and very cold. And this person, it's almost like when they're focused on you, they're obsessed with you. And then when they're not talking to you, you feel like they've forgotten that you exist. This person's saying they want to find more of an even, they want to find more balance here. You know, they want to be more consistent in how they're showing up. They don't want to be like, full on into this in an unhealthy, possibly codependent way, and then, to completely disappear and you don't hear from them for goodness knows how long. It's like they want to be more balanced and consistent with how they show up, how you speak, how you interact as well. Okay, what else, please? So let's go into this Three of Coins. What does this look like? Judgment in the reverse. Wow, you both have Judgment reversed and you both have the Queen of Swords in reverse. Okay, we've got the Page of Pentacles, the Moon in reverse, Pisces, Aries energy again with the Fool. Okay, this person is saying we can see they want to have a new beginning here. There's definitely some uncertainty. You're mirroring one another quite a bit. Both of you are saying, okay, I'm opening up to this again, but it's got to look different this time. You're saying you need more from your person. They're saying they need and want to give more to you, to this connection. And both of you are saying, okay, what would this look like? How might this work? But the intention, the feeling, the desire, you seem to be, you can see the cards we're mirroring here. We have the Emperor and the Empress. Okay, so let me see, are there any obstacles, blockages, fears that your person has? Page of Pentacles in reverse. They might be saying, what should they give you here? It's like they understand what they need to do is give more time, more consistent effort and communication. But what does that really look like? What should they start talking to you about? What should they suggest in terms of spending time with you? It's like with the Moon, they have this depth of emotion, of feeling that they haven't been sharing with you, and they kind of want to bring more of this to the surface. The reciprocity could also be in terms of expressing what's going on within. I feel this way, it kind of annoyed me when you said this, or I like this thing that we do together, or so just so you kind of get an idea of where you stand with this person, what turns them on, what turns them off, what do they like, dislike, what do they think's great about you, what would they like to compromise on. You may, with the Seven of Cups, have been trying to figure all of this out from how they've been reacting to you. Okay, fears, blockages, please. Seven of Pentacles. Okay, this person fears that we already have the Seven of Coins. They're frustrated with how long it's taken, as I'm sure you are in some cases as well. They fear that there's still going to be some kind of delay or some kind of wait. It's almost like they fear moving forward and trying to put this effort in now and it not working out, especially after you've both given so much in different ways, or maybe similar ways in some cases. We have the Six of Wands. So yeah, this is what they're hoping for: success, victory. Okay, we have the Fool in the reverse. We have the Queen of Cups in reverse. So some of them are worried that they took Seven of Coins too long. Six of Wands, that you're off doing things, making yourself happy, that you're not interested anymore. The Fool in reverse, that you won't want a new beginning. And with the Queen of Cups in reverse, that you're no longer going to be nurturing and patient and loving. Okay, what else, please? What other fears does this person have? We have the Magician, Gemini energy, the Nine of Wands. We have the Page of Pentacles in reverse and the World. Yeah, the biggest fear this person has is that they are now stepping up, standing in their power, trying to fight for this and make it work, but that they took way too damn long. In some cases years, and they're worried that you might be saying, "I'm sorry, but I've let this go, I've moved on, the world is in the upright, it's over, it's done." What I actually see for your energy, like I said, if this resonates with you, is that you're reopening to the idea of this connection. But yes, 10 of coins, you're really serious about this. You don't want just some nonsense, you know, you want something that you can really feel and see. You want something tangible. So I don't think this person is going to be disappointed in putting in more effort, but yeah, they've definitely got to show up as this emperor. Nothing, you know, silly here, no flighty behavior. You need more just straightforward communication. And it's not to say that the communication has to be like, you know, butterflies and rainbows every single time. Sometimes they might need to say what isn't working for them, and well, that's fine, as long as they tell you, you know, as long as you have a chance to know. I think that's kind of all you're asking for, to know where you stand, to know what's going on, and to see some effort reciprocated, and also, you know, for them to show you, because they do see you as the empress, whether you're a woman or a man. They see you as the perfect counterpart for them, the emperor and the empress. They see how fruitful this can be, but I don't think they've been behaving in that way necessarily. Okay, so let's get some of these lovers oracle messages. We have, okay, so the first one, surrender. At times we must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives. Let go and all will work out. So for your person with that devil card, what I'm kind of getting is there's some sort of behavior or a way of interacting with people that they carried into this connection, and it just hasn't been working, or there's an old way of doing things that they have to leave behind. In some cases there could be like another person, something like that, you know, a third party energy. It could be work, but what I get most strongly, even if there are those other factors, is there's something going on within your person. It's like a knee-jerk reaction, a default behavior, that a pattern they've been acting out, and it's something to do with this, you know, if you've got my attention, you've got all of my attention. I dream about you, I think about you while I'm having, you know, my lunch. My mind wanders off onto you while I'm at work. When I'm driving, I'm thinking about you. You know, you have all of my attention even when you don't know it. And then at other times, there's nothing. You know, they're trying to get away from that. Okay. We have criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept one another, each other as you are, and accept, my goodness, love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. I can't, you know, magically, maybe not. I think there might, you know, there's been work here, that's for sure. Your person's been working on themselves. You've definitely, you know, been working on yourself. But I feel your connection is transforming. At the moment, it feels like it's transforming almost at a distance. You're both warming up to each other again, not really sharing this with each other just yet. But yeah, it's like for you guys, this is how I feel. It's like you never wanted this. You never wanted distance. You never wanted to kind of push your person away. You never wanted to have to withdraw or to become cold or to try and cut them out. But you know, I think you went around cycles with this person many times, and you felt like you needed to, whether for good or just to have a moment to breathe. But there's definitely love here, and you're kind of, it's almost like maybe a fear of opening up to these feelings again and trusting, because you don't want to get hurt, you don't want to be disappointed again, and that's very understandable. For your person, I don't think they've ever fully embraced your connection in the past in the way that they are now. You know, they've never fully gone for it in the way that they're gearing up to do now. They may have been on the fence, or they may have given a bit and pulled back. Maybe they saw that there were obstacles and they thought, oh, I'm not ready yet. It's like now they're saying, okay, you know, let me put on all my my armor and let me go to war for this. I'm going to make this happen. I have decided, I have made this commitment in my mind. So yeah, it's not magically transforming, to be honest. I think to say that would almost undermine everything you've both been through and how you've both grown and had to pull through. But it is transforming. Okay, so let's finish up with some of these archangel messages. Okay, we have you are safe, Archangel Michael. I am protecting you against lower energies and guarding you, your loved ones, and home. So if you've been feeling a bit vulnerable, like I was saying, you can ask Archangel Michael to protect your heart space, to help you to see the truth of things clearly, so you can really be confident in who you're placing your trust in, and in trusting this connection moving forward. We have hello from heaven, Archangel Azrael. Your loved ones in heaven are doing fine. Let go of worries and feel their loving blessings. So you might have ancestors here, from way back when, recent ancestors or loved ones, maybe someone who has recently passed over, who might be saying hello, I'm here for you, wanting to connect with you. I'm always happy to connect with you. If you need me, just let me know. We have remember who you are, Archangel Michael again. You are a powerful, loving and creative child of God. You are very loved. So another way of saying you're being watched over, you're being protected. All of these cards actually are kind of suggesting the same thing. So yeah, you're getting a lot of strength right now from your spiritual team. If you're not, it's here for you to tap into. If you want to invite them in to kind of to ask them for healing, support, energy, whatever you're looking for, whatever you need. This feels like a reminder that you have that support there if you want it. Okay, so I will leave this here for today. So if you are heading off, thank you so much for watching. I feel that I will do an extended stay, and I'm going to look a bit more into, is it safe to open up? Is it safe to trust this connection? I feel intuitively that the answer here is yes, but there is, if that the energy of fear is resonating with you, I feel it quite strongly that you may have been hurt very badly, or hurt over and over and over. So I'm going to look into that for those of you that resonates with and who would like some more information around that. Otherwise, I will do the one question, one card reading now. So thank you for everyone who left a question. I also want to say I have under the community tab on my page here on YouTube, I have asked you what you'd like to see for the bonus reading. So thank you to everyone who's been leaving comments. Also, if you see someone has left a suggestion that you really like, if you leave a like under that, then I get to see how much interest there is in that particular question. So thank you for doing that as well. Yeah, and I think that's everything for today. So let's do the one question, one card. Okay, so today's winner is Jessica, who would like to know, is there anything to be concerned about regarding your boyfriend's ex? Okay, so Spirit, does Jessica have anything to worry about regarding her boyfriend's ex? Please show us. Does Jessica have anything to worry about regarding her boyfriend's ex? Okay. Four of Cups. Interesting. Hanged Man in reverse. Ten of Swords. Three of Swords in reverse, Wheel of Fortune in reverse, Seven of Swords. Okay, it looks to me like your boyfriend's ex isn't over your boyfriend, that she would like a new beginning here with him. I know you gave me some detail around the question. I think she reached out to you and apologized for creating some drama. I do feel she was honest, she was sincere, because look, in this Four of Cups, see how there's a sword? To me, that looks it looks a lot like and represents the Ace of Swords. So the truth is, it's almost like she knows she shouldn't be doing what she's doing, trying to stir things up, but at the same time, she seems to maybe still love your boyfriend, so her ex, and that's kind of keeping her attached and stuck when maybe she needs to move on. Tell me about the Seven of Swords, please. Knight of Swords. Okay, so I think she might continue to create a little bit of drama. She might keep popping up for now, and saying some annoying things, some triggering things. The Knight of Swords is immature and he comes in and out very quickly. So I would say you have nothing to worry about in a long-term sense, in a serious sense. And if your relationship with your boyfriend is secure, it's fine. But it's almost like she's acting out, a bit like a toddler who's sort of having a tantrum, except it's because she has these feelings of love, and she seems to be aware enough, at least, that it's not healthy, it's not good for anyone involved. So my hope would be that she would eventually just, get it out of her system and move on. But I would say the only thing to worry about might be her saying some things maybe that might not be very nice or a little bit blunt. I mean, the good thing about this is you see it coming. It's not like you're going to get stabbed in the back, so there's nothing going on here that you won't know about. As in, I don't think she's going to be writing to your boyfriend secretly, saying things. If she writes to him, he will probably tell you, or she's going to write to you or to the both of you, that kind of a thing. Yeah, I think she's definitely wounded. 3 of Swords in reverse with the 4 of Cups, and I think she wants a new beginning with him. But it's like at the same time she also is kind of sick with herself for behaving this way, like she would want to just move on. Let me have a look at the Wheel of Fortune here in the reverse. Okay, that's way too much. But yeah, I think when she reached out to you to apologise, it was sincere, she meant it. And that's why when she comes back around and starts creating more drama, she's kind of annoyed with herself. Yeah, see, 3 of Cups. It's almost like she's trying to make herself a third person in your relationship. And the 3 of Cups is an energy of being happy. This is odd. I don't want to go further into this because I think it's going to get weirder the more we go. But I kind of see it's like she doesn't hate you. She might even quite like you, but she does seem to want a new beginning with your boyfriend. I don't know. I mean, I think what would make her happy is some kind of unconventional situation in which the 3 of you are like sort of hanging out and close. Look, I don't know, and I'm not going to go there because that obviously is not going to work for you anyway. So, but what I'm trying to say is it's not 100% done in like a malicious way, But yeah, I won't repeat myself. But what